start for the accounts receivable. So first we create the account group for the customer. So for that, it is saying that we will follow the step number 1 and the transaction code is OBD2. So this transaction code is similar. So for the GL, if you might have observed, we use OBD4. For vendor it is OBD3 and for customer it is OBD2. So here we will use transaction code OBD2, press enter button. I hope both of you are recording the session.
Yes, Jitesh, I'm recording.
Okay. So here there are already 184 customer group. Now we can add one more. So just click on new entry button and we can just add a new group up to the 4 character. We can give the ID. So let it be Erickson, Eric, and here this is the normal or this is the customer account group for the company Eric. Now if it is normal or one time, so let it be normal. Then here we have discussed yesterday that how many segments we have for the customer master record. There are 3 segments we have. First is the general data, second is the company code data, and third is the sales data. So you can just see this is the field status which they have just divided among these 3 segments: general data, company code data, and sales data. So it is saying that we will further find multiple fields under these 3 segments: general data, company code data, and sales data. So those fields you want to make suppress, required, or optional. At what time they will just become just required, suppress, or optional at the time of creating the customer master record. So if we just go to the general data, go to the address. So here I want to give the name of my customer as a required entry. Then from the option I have just made it required, go back, and if I just go to the company code segment, once again I will go to the account management and I will make the reconciliation account as a required entry. What is the purpose of the reconciliation account? So again the same thing, will create multiple customer account, customer master record. So all those customer master record can be assigned with one reconciliation account. Why? So that whatever the transaction will have for those sub ledger account, for those customer master record, so their reporting or their line item could be transferred to one single reconciliation account. So just click on save option. We can also have multiple reconciliation account for multiple account, for multiple customer account group. Now it is saying that after creating the customer account group, we need to just create the number range and assign it. So for the creation of the number range, we will follow step number 2 and the transaction code is XDN1. Transaction code is XDN1. And if you remember, when we have done the same step for our vendor, we have used transaction code XKN1. So now what you will find, you will find that all your T codes where you used to have K, so that has been replaced with alphabet D. Why? Because for the customer we use D and for vendor we use K. So for example, here we have XTN1 for the customer, and in the case of vendor we use XKN1. So here it is XDN1. Now let it be XDN1. Press enter button. Now here we'll just click on change interval. Now here we will just add interval. Click on insert interval. If we just see, we have here, you can just see we have the number range from 107.11 to 107.20. So for example, if we just add here, we have also added 108 to 1831. So the next number in which we can have it is 8412 to 850. So let it be, click on new entry, and 8, let it be the number, we can just give it as ER Ericsson, and it is, that is 100 8402 100 850, or let it be 41, because here we have already 40, so it may overlap. So here we can have the number range starting from 108 to 8412 to 10850. So press enter button and then click on save option. Click on save option. Now again press enter button, and we can just see the system has just maintained the number range, and we can just display it at the end of the screen. So here we can have 8412 850. Now the next step, it is saying that you need to just assign it to the customer account group, and for the assignment we can follow step number 3, and the transaction code is OBAR. Transaction code is OBAR. So here we'll use transaction code OBAR. Press enter button. Now just click on position button, and what is our customer account group? It is ERIC. And what is your number range? So the number range we have given with ERID. So just save it. Click on save button. Uh, the number in ER is not defined. Okay. So here we can just see it once again. XTN1 change interval. I think it has not saved, so just once again we'll do it. So here we have just assigned the customer account group Ericsson with the number in ER. Now follow the next step. So in the next step, it is saying that like you have created the GL in your account payable, on the same line we will create the GL in the receivable, so that we can just start posting the entry for our customer. So we have to debit credit the GL. So it is saying that since we are dealing with the customer, so we will be creating the sales account. So if we just go to the custom, if we just go to the GL account group, so we can just go through, we can just go to the transaction code OBD4, and we can just find out any account with any account group with sales. So here we have the chart of account CAER. Under it we have one of the account group, it is sales, and the number range is starting from 300,000 to 300,099, which means that if we just create any account, so we can just create it from number 300,000. So number for the sales account we can give it as 300,000. Now we don't have any account group with the name sundry debtor. So here it is saying that you also need to create another account for your sundry debtor, which you will maintain as a reconciliation account. Under step number 5, it is saying that you need to just create a sundry debtor account, which you need to maintain as a reconciliation account. So for that purpose, here we need to just consider the account group current asset. We can just consider this account group current asset, under it we can just consider the current, we can just consider, or we can create the GL, it is the sundry debtor account. So sundry debtor account can be created under the account group current asset. Now the number 200 of 100 we have already used for the cash account. 101 we have already used for the bank account. Now we can just use 200 110 for the uh, sundry debtor account. So here we can just open a new screen and we can just use the transaction code for the creation of the GL. It is FS00. Transaction code is FS00. Now first account number we can have 300,000 for Ericsson. Click on new entry button and account group, just press just F4. So here we can just select the account group, it is sales. Now the type we can just select as P&L, and this is sales account, sales account. Now just go to the next step and just create any other normal account. So select only balance in local currency, line item display, sort key as 00. Now here sort key as, you can also give the sort key as 001, or here this is the sales account. So in the sales account you will have the multiple line item for the multiple customer. Now here you have a option to get them sorted according to the customer number. So here in this GL I want the system to manage all the line item which the system will display to us. So I want those line item to be sorted according to the customer number. So for this we can just select the sort key 031. It is the sort key for sorting the line item according to customer number. Now go to the bank interest tab. Here we can just select the field set group as G001 and then click on save option. So this is the sales account we have created. Now we'll create the reconciliation account, that is 200 110, and we can just give the name as sundry debtor account. So here we can just select the account group as current asset. Then since the sundry debtor are part of your asset and these are the type, we'll just give it as balance sheet account. Then we can just select the text, short text, long text as sundry debtor account. Now here just go to the control data. Since it is a reconciliation account, so here we will not select only balance in local currency. We can give the account type as customer. Then select the line item display. Here we want to get them sorted. The line item I want to get them sorted according to, once again, customer number, and go to the bank interest tab. And since it is the reconciliation account, we will select the field status group as G067, that is used for reconciliation account. So here it is G067 reconciliation account field status group. Now click on save option. Now in the next step it is saying that after the post creation of this accounts, so you need to just create your customer master record also. So for the creation of the customer master record, we can follow transaction code XD01 and the step number is 6. So the transaction code is XD01. So for the creation of the vendor, we use XK01. Now since it is the customer, so we use XD01. So vendor it is XK01 and for customer it is XD01. So just use this transaction code XD01. Now here we need to just company code is coming as default. We can go to the account group. So just click on this here we can just click on this account group overview. Now what is the ID you have given to your customer account group? It is Ericsson. So here we will just give the name as Eric and then press enter button. Choose account group. So here you can just see we have the customer account group Ericsson and the number range is 8412850. Status is blank, which means that we haven't created any customer master record under this account group. Double click on this and then press enter button. Now here you can just see we have given the name of the customer and we have given the reconciliation account as a required entry. So the same thing is coming as required. Now you can just give the title also. Let's suppose the title is company and here we can just have let's suppose we have TCL and here we can just give the country as US. Now let's suppose if we just save the entry, system will not allow because we have to provide the information for the reconciliation account. Why? Because this field we have made it as a required entry. Now at which level we have done this? We have done this at a account group level. So at a account group level, what are the two things we do? We give the number range and we maintain the field status group. So just press F4 option and select your reconciliation account. It is 20110. So that this is the account we have created. Now here, whatever the line item I will have in my customer account, so I want to sort them according to posting date and just click on save option. Click on save option. If you want to maintain the terms of payment also, so you can just go to the payment tab, go to the next tab, payment transaction, and you can just assign the terms of payment also. It can be 0001 or it can be Ericsson, which you have defined for your vendor. So the same terms of payment can also be assigned to your customer master record, provided that the terms of payment you have selected for both the account types. So if it is for the customer, so you cannot use for vendor, or if it is for vendor, you cannot use it for your customer. Now here it is saying that customer has been created and number is 841. Now we can just start posting the transaction for this customer. For this, it is saying that we can just we need to just maintain the document type as well. But before that, here we can also go through the transaction code XD02345 and 6 till the 6. We have the T codes. So here it is saying that why we have these T codes. So for example, if you want to make some changes in your customer master record, so you can use a transaction code XD02. System will just give you the fields in a editable form, and those and the information you can just change for a customer master record. And in the with the transaction code XD03, you can display the information for your customer master record. Then whatever the changes you have made in your customer master record, if you want to display those changes, when those changes have been made, by whom these changes have been made, and what is the date, time, username. So all that information you will be able to get, you will be able to see with the help of transaction code XD04. Then XD05 and 6 is for the blocking and unblocking and mark for deletion. Now under the step number 7, we can now define the document type and give the number range. So here it is saying that the transaction code we will follow, it is OBA7, and the document type will have, these are DR, DZ and DA. If you remember, when we have posted the transaction or when we were in the account payable, so we have maintained the document type KR, KZ and KA. So KR is for purchase invoice, KZ is for payment invoice and KA for the vendor document. On the same line here we have customer invoice, customer payment invoice and customer document. And if you remember the number range you have given for your document type KR, KZ and KA, so that was 17, 18, 15 or 17, 18, 17, 17, 15 and 19. Now here you can just see it is 18, 14 and 16. So this is the serial number we need to take it for your document type DR, DZ and DA. Now here it is saying that you can use transaction code OBA7. We'll use transaction code OBA7. Press enter button. Now just click on position. What's your document type? KR. Sorry, DR. Now here you can just see it is the customer invoice, and you can also see under it we have DZ. It is the customer payment invoice, customer payment document type. And if we just go for DA, this is the customer document. Now here we'll have DR once again, and just go to the detail button. This is detail button, or you can also press F2 function key F2. Now you can just see the number range is coming as 18. Number range is coming as 18. So the same serial number you need to provide in the number range button. So here if you just click on this button, number range information, so in the next screen the system will just ask you for the company code. So let's suppose the company code is Ericsson. Now just click on change interval. Now in this screen you need to just have the same serial number, that is 18. So just click on insert interval, and here we have the number range as 18. So from the number range we have the last the number range which we have given, it is 500,001 to 600,000. Now we can just continue with 600,000 to 700,000. Press enter button and then click on save option. Now press enter button. Here it is saying that like we have just given the number range for DR, we will follow, we will give the number range for DZ and DA. So again go back and search for this time DZ. Go to the detail button. Here you can just see the number range is coming as 14. Click on number and information button and give your company code. Click on change interval and add interval. What is the serial number system was just showing? It is 14. So let it be 14. Let's take 14 here. Add insert interval. Then give the serial number as 14, year 2016. Then we'll give the number range as 7,001 to 800,000. Press enter button. Click on save option. Again press enter button and then go back. Now this time we'll search for the document type DA, that is the customer document. If we need to just have the customer return, we need to have the sales return, so we can have this document, we can use this document type DA. Now here just go to a detail button. So the number is coming as 16. Click on number information button and company code is Ericsson. Click on change interval, add interval. So here we have the number as 16, year 2016. From number range 700,001 to 800,000. Press enter button and then click on save option. It is saying that the number range is overlapping. So here we can just give the number range as 800,001 to 900,000. Press enter button and save. Click on save button. Then it is saying that after maintaining the number ranges for your customer, we can just start posting the transaction code for the customer. Now, if you remember, we use transaction code F-43 for the posting of vendor invoice, and FB60 we use where we can have multiple line item for the vendor. So for example, here we have F-43. This is the one way to post the transaction code for post the AP invoice, and another is FB60 where we can have multiple line item for the vendor. So we can see multiple line item on the same screen for your vendor. On the same line, it is saying that when you are going to post the sales invoice, so one way to post it, it is transaction code F-22, where you can just post the AR invoice for your customer, and the another transaction code which you can use for the posting of AR invoices, it is F dash FB FB70 FB70. So here we have to provide the customer number, and for the same customer we can have multiple line item we can just see on the same screen. So here the decode is given only for the for the sales invoice we can just have, where we cannot have the multiple line item. So here you can just note down the decode FB70. This is for the AR invoice, posting of AR invoice. So we can also post the sales invoice with 22 and FB70 also. Now it is saying that just give the customer number. What's your customer number? It is press F4 option. So the system will just provide you the customer number. Press enter button for it is coming for company code SPAR, but our company code is Ericsson. So we can just change the company code. This is company, this is the company SPAR is coming. So you can also switch your company code. Click on the switch company code button, and it is Ericsson. Press enter button. Now accordingly system will just start searching the customer under this company code. Now just press enter button. It will just show you your company TCL Technologies. Now here we can just give the amount as 100,000, and we have the GL, it is sales account. So sales account we can credit. So here we can have the account we can use, it is 300,000 sales account. Already it is coming credit. Now the amount you can just take it as asterisk or star, then the text you can just take it as plus sign. Let's suppose here we have given the text as sales account. So here we have just given the text as plus sign. Now the business area you can also take it as Ericsson. Now if you want to simulate, click on simulation. It is saying that you have to enter the date also. Let it be 3rd of November. Simulate. So here the system has just simulated. Now we can just go for the specify the baseline date. So here we can just provide the baseline date as 3rd of November 2016. So this is the simulation screen we have, where we can just see both the line item. Now here you can just see the first line item, you can just see the posting key, it is coming with 01. So 01 means debit, so debit to your customer, and it will debit with this 01. If you can debit your GL account, no, the system will just give you this posting key 01 only for your customer, and when the system is just debiting your account type customer, so the system will just show you the posting key is 01. Now just click on post button, so the GL will get changed. You can start post, you can just see, you will be able to see the line item for a customer. You can also see the balance for a customer, and all those things which you have done for a vendor, you can just see the same thing for a customer as well. Now the system has just given you the document number. This is the sales document number we have received, and we can display this document number also. Go to the menu, document and display, or we can go to the FB03 transaction code and give this document number, and we can display the line item. Now if you want to display some more things, so you can just click on the header area, click on header area. You can just see some more detail, when this document was posted, username, date and time. So this is how we can just post the sales invoice. Then it is saying that go to the step number 9 and see the customer line item. See the customer line item. Now here we can just see the customer line item with the help of transaction code FBL5N. Same thing we do for our vendor with the help of transaction code FBL1N. Now here if we need to find out the line item for our customer, we can go for the transaction code FBL5N. So here it is saying that the search for your customer account number. So it is customer account number 100,841. Click on execute button. So system will just show you the line item which are open. If you want to display all line item, so just select the radio button on the all line item. System will just show you all line item. So there is one line item which is open for your this customer TCL Technologies. Amount is 100,000. What does it mean? It means that we have to receive, or we have to receive 100,000 from our customer, and this is pending. This is due. Now here it is saying that if you have received the payment from the customer, and that payment you can just incoming payment you can process under the transaction code F-28. Under the transaction code F-28, you can just process this uh, this incoming payment. We have step number 10. Step number 10, and the transaction code we can use, it is F-28. So here we can just have the incoming payment. Now if we have received the payment, we have to just provide the GL in which we have just received this payment for which customer. So for this we have the screen, we have the header and line item. So in the header we can just give the document date, posting date, and you can just observe the document type. It is coming as DZ. DZ is for customer payment, KZ is for vendor payment. So here this is the incoming payment, and KZ is for outgoing payment, and the period is coming as 11 automatically. Then here we have the bank data. In this bank data you can just mention that this 200,101 you have received from where, you have received from in the GL 200,101 or 200,100. Business area is Ericsson, and amount we have received 100,000, being payment received from customer. Now here which customer, 100,841. Now there is a button, click on process open item or press enter button. System will take you to the next screen, where the system will just show you the line item, and it is for the customer invoice, and amount is 100,000. You can just see the not assigned field is 0. Now if it is 0, we can just able to pose the entry. So just click on save option. The system will just pose the entry. Now the system has just given you the payment document. It is 700,001, and we can display the document. Why it has given 700,001? Because the numbering we have given as 700,001 to 800,000. So this is the reason system has just given you the payment document number, first payment document number, as 700,001. Now here it is saying that like you have the partial payment, residual payment for your vendor. So the same partial and residual method you can also use for your customer. So here, Manasa, can you just tell me what's the difference between the partial payment method and residual method?
Partial and what?
What's the difference between the partial payment method and residual method?
Um, no, I have no idea.
No problem. Moses, can you just any idea about the partial payment method and residual payment method? Okay, so here we can just also use partial payment method and residual payment method for your customer as well. So here first we'll just do this partial payment method, then we'll come to the residual method. So under the partial payment method, what we'll see under the FBL 5N under which we can just display the line item for our customer. So if we will not receive the full payment from the customer, for example, my invoice amount is 100,000 and I have only received 70,000. So my 30,000 is pending from the customer. It is still to be received. So it doesn't mean that this will be cleared. So it will remain open. This 100,000 with this new line item, that is the payment line item 70,000. So both the line item will remain open. And let's suppose after some time I have received 10,000 more. Again, this new line item will be added to the old line item, and this will be remain open. Then again I have received 8,000, and again I have received 2,000, then 5,000. So this will continue to be open. These all items will continue to be open line item until unless we receive the full amount from the customer. So once we have received the full amount from the customer, so when the outstanding for that customer or that for that invoice will become zero, so the system will clear all the line item. So this is what we will be doing under the partial payment method. So here it is saying that you can just enter the invoice with the help of transaction code F-22. So we can just use F-22 to enter the sales invoice. Now here we can just give the date as 3rd of November and document type is coming as DR. For the customer 8100 841, press enter button. How much amount? Let it be 200,000, and business area let it be Ericsson. Term of payment let it be 0001. Then being now here you can just see the terms of payment we have to enter manually. If you want to make it default, what you can do, you can just go to the transaction code XD02. This XD02 we use for making the changes in the customer master record. Now press enter button, go to the second segment, that is the company code segment, and go to the payment transaction. So this is the company code segment, go to the payment transaction. Here we have the terms of payment. So this terms of payment we can give it as 0001. Click on save option. Now what you will find that when you will start posting the sales invoice, system will just show you this 0001 as a default terms of payment for your customer 841. Now here we have F-22 and we have the header area. Then we have the line item for 841. You can just see by default it is coming as 0001. Now what does it mean? It means that whatever the information we maintain at a customer master record, whether it is the GL vendor customer, so that information will become default. So the same information system will make default at the time of posting the sales invoice. Or so here we can just have the amount as 200,000, then the business area Ericsson, and text is being sales 50. We have the sales account, so we can just credit the sales, so we can just give the account number as 300,000. Press enter button. Again the amount is asterisk and business area Ericsson, text plus overview the entry, and then click on save option. Click on save option. Now here this is the sales invoice. Again obviously we will have a open line item of 200,000. So this we can display with the help of transaction code FBL51. So for the customer 10841, we can just display the open line item. It will just show you open line item of 200,000. Now if we have received a payment of 80,000, a payment of 20,000, a payment of 30,000, a payment of 10,000, so all these line items will be opened by the system until unless it will equal the total of your payment amount, payment invoices equals your sales invoice. So once the sum of your sales invoice will equal, or it will match your sales invoice amount, so system will clear all the line item. Now here we can just see the same thing with the help of transaction code. Next transaction code we have, it is F-28. For example, we have received the part payment from the customer. So here we have document date, then we have the bank data, business area, let it be cash account, business area Rickson. Now let it be, let's we have received that 80,000 being payment received from customer. Which customer? 841. Press enter button, and then you can just see there is a difference coming, and it is the difference is coming of 1,20,000. And now if you try to save the entry, system will not allow you. Why? Because the difference is too large. Now if you want to save the entry, so here we are on the standard tab. We need to just go to the partial payment tab, and you can just see the payment amount is coming as 200,000. So if you just double click on this, it will become what? It will become 80,000. So here just double click on this, it will become 80,000, and this non-assigned amount field will become 0. So just click on save option, and once again you can just see the customer line item with the help of FBL5N. So what you will find we will have one more line item along with the old line item, and the difference is coming as 1,20,000. Let's suppose we have received 30,000 more from the customer. Again we will process it with the help of transaction code F-28. So again, once again we will just provide the detail for our account, cash account or bank account. Then we have the business area Ericsson. We have received 30,000 more, and we have 841. Press enter button. Now this time what you will find, there are two line items, DR and DZ. Now which line item you will select for mapping this payment amount? You will select only your sales invoice. So this sales payment invoice you will deselect. So for that, first you need to just go to the partial payment tab, deselect this 80,000 and double click on this payment amount 200,000. It will become 30,000. Now you can just see the not assigned field will become 0. Now we can just post the transaction. Once again you can just see the customer line item. What you will find, one more line item of 30,000 will be added to your old line item, 200,000, 80,000. So here there is a difference of 90,000. So for example, if you assume that 60,000 more has been received from the customer side, so that line item 60,000 will be added, then 10,000 if we have received added, then 20,000 added. So here, if let's suppose we assume that we have received full 90,000 from the customer, all these line item would be part of your cleared line item, which means that all your customer open line item will be cleared by the system if we receive the full payment. For example, here if we receive the full payment through transaction code F-28, so difference is coming of 90,000. This is the pending amount we have to receive from the customer. 841 is your customer. Now you can just see automatically the not assigned field amount is 0. So since it is 0, we'll be able to post the transaction. So just click on save option. So system will just clear all your line item which the system was just showing you as open. So under the bill 5N, we can just see that if any open line item is for this customer 841, no. Now we can just go to the cleared item list. So we can just see the line item status has been changed from red color to green color, and we can just see that it is coming with a with amount. Here we can just see 200,000. Then we have 80,000, 30,000, 90,000. Now if you want to find out the clearing document, again the clearing document is not part of the screen layout. So you can just search for the screen layout, go to the change. Here we can just, this is the screen, we can just go for the change interval and search for the clearing document field. So this is the clearing document. Just add this field on the screen. So just add. Here you can just see system has just given you the clearing document number 700,004. Why the 700,004 has been given? Because this is the last payment you have made to a customer and the amount is 90,000. Amount is 90,000. So this is the reason it has cleared. This is the reason the clearing document 700,004 has cleared all your open item. Okay. So this is the partial payment method we have. Under the residual, the system will just keep your residual amount, your pending amount as open line item, and system will just clear your full customer payment invoice and full customer payment cost. The system will clear the full customer invoice amount. Okay, so that we will just find out tomorrow. So here we will have the regular payment, so this we will be doing tomorrow. Okay, so Vanessa, anything from the account receivable or any other part of the FI you want to ask? Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, Manasa, you have anything to ask?
Not right now, Vijay. Sorry, I was getting a call.
No problem. Moses, are you there? Moses, are you there? Okay, so let's conclude this class. Okay, let's meet tomorrow same time.
Okay.
Okay, bye.